wear watches generally?
I don't.
Do you own a Titan?
I do not own a Titan. And I have to be candid and honest here, I have never worn a Titan in my life.
And what about, directing someone like Naseer, someone who is so senior? Was it terrifying?
No, he's not terrifying at all. See, Naseeruddin commands certain respect when he comes on the set, which is rightfully so. And, he's such a sharp actor and a sharp brain. So you got to be on your toes.
So would you say like OTT has helped?
OTT allows you to tell the story. And we had a platform which backed us to the hilt, where they didn't care about the dynamics of 2 minutes के बाद कुछ नहीं हुआ, 4 minutes के बाद murder नहीं हुआ.
So that happens in movies, you're saying?
That happens more in the... Hi, my name is Robbie Grewal and you're watching me on Rediff.
I was going to actually ask you what watch do you wear, but you're not wearing a watch right now. No. Do you wear watches generally?
I don't.
Do you own a Titan?
I do not own a Titan. And I have to be candid and honest here, I have never worn a Titan in my life.
Okay.
I grew up in that era at the time, yes, but I was never a watch person. And and I never wore a Titan, but here I am.
Okay. So how did you get here? Like, how did you be a part of this project?
I was shooting another series with the same producer, Sunil Bora, who's a dear friend, which released last December, Bhai, on Amazon MX, paranormal biopic of somebody, Gaurav Tiwari rather. We were finishing the shoot and he came with me with the thought of Titan. And Titan has been in the works for the, I think, previous 2 years before that. So they were kind of, they had Jim on board. And they were, they had a director attached, didn't work out with him. So they were going through a certain process. And he came to me with the thought, with the idea, and I jumped at it after a couple of meetings on it. And eventually I was on, and I told the story.
So did you know who Xerxes Desai was?
Before the script came to me or the idea came to me, no, I had no idea. I had no clue the rigmarole, the ups and downs the company went through, how they made the watch. It was all new to me. So it was fascinating just as a reader, just as an audience.
So what kind of homework, what kind of work do you put in?
A lot of research was already done before I walked in, to be honest. But once I came on board, I was very, very clear that I want to create a world which takes you back into the time. Whether it's the old school images we created or the songs we used. So it was very clear that before the emotion kicks in of the characters, the world has to kick in for you as an audience. You want to get transported to that world. So a lot of work went into that. A lot of learning, unlearning how to do it, and discussions with my technicians and my actors. So it was a process. But
So what are the challenges that come, that accompany a project like this?
The challenges, to be honest with you, we had a great team. We had this, wonderful platform backing us, Amog and Anand Jain. A lovely, lovely bunch of people. So they were wholeheartedly backing us. The challenge was, it's not a 100 crore show, and to recreate the world of the 80s, early 90s, which is across not just Bombay, across London, across Geneva, Japan, the works, was challenging. We were up against the wall in terms of how to get that world right with the numbers we have. But it was challenging, so it was fun. And we eventually made the way we made the show.
And you use a lot of montage from, the old times and, and a lot of those old songs. Was it difficult to go, to get the right song for the right moment?
No, we actually got the songs kind of placed in the narrative in the screenplay. So it was not an afterthought once we made the edit, let's put a song here. So 80% of the songs were pre-placed in terms of the script. So we knew when Akash leaves him at the bus, that song will play, when he goes home making the kuri. So this is all pre-decided. And we were very lucky that we had the producer, the platform backing us in our creative vision to the hilt. And what I really wanted came across in terms of the logistics of it also was given to me to, put it there and make it the way I want to make it.
So, your lead actor, JimSarbh, he's already a Parsi. So, that must have kind of helped in a way to get the nuance of the characters right.
Yeah, it did help. But it was, from the acting chops point of view, we all know he's a great actor. But he had done a role which is of a Parsi Dr. Homi Baba, right? A very iconic role he played. And if you look at the surface level character, it's kind of similar to Xerxes Desai. Both are ambitious, both are, dreamers, visionaries, both are genius in their own right. So there were similarities. So kudos to him in the sense that you never reflect Homi Baba in Xerxes Desai. If you see the traits and the way he's doing it, the mannerisms, you just never look at it from that lens at all. It never reminds you of, that's what a great actor brings to the table. Similar on a surface level, but so dissimilar in the performance. And both iconic. I mean, that is iconic. We are obviously being loved by the audience. I won't call it iconic right now, but people are loving it a lot. But so full marks to him, really.
And what about, directing someone like Naseer, someone who is so senior? Was it terrifying?
No, he's not terrifying at all. See, Naseeruddin commands certain respect when he comes on the set, which is rightfully so. And, he's such a sharp actor and a sharp brain. So you got to be on your toes. You cannot be lethargic in your telling it as a director. So you need to be very clear with what you want, how you want it. And he's a guy who performs, he is who he is, yeah. He would do the most magical take in the first take itself. And so no, it was not, I hear stories about, terrifying and all that. But no, it was a happy set. It was a fun set.
So you could ask him for the second take and
yes. You see, with him the thing is, you got to be very clear. You can't put arm around and say, sir, ek aur take karte hain. You got to be clear why you want it, which is a rightful thing for an actor to be clear. Like Jim is a friend, you know what I mean? So Jim, I can put an arm around and say, ek aur karte hain, just for the kicks of it. But Naseeruddin, you got to be clear, and at the age and the stature he's in, rightfully so, like I keep saying. So yeah, you want a second take, he'll give you, but you got to be sure why you want a second take. Which is a fair point from an actor's point of view. So we had second takes. Sometimes we had third takes. More for my DP than me, because he would say, something is not working. Then, Aditya would go and I would go and say, sir, one more take. Kya hua, sir? Maza nahi aa raha. He would give it. Yes, you have to give him the respect which rightfully he's earned over decades of, his work and the legend that he is. Yeah.
So what were your conversations like? What was that like with Naseeruddin?
Naseeruddin, we met before the shoot, we discussed, we had readings. So
no, non-work related.
We non-work related. So Naseeruddin, used to play tennis. I love playing tennis. So our first meeting itself, our common bonding point was tennis. So in fact, his brother is in the armed forces, and I told him that I'm from Delhi. My college schooling was in Delhi, and I used to play tennis at a defense club in Delhi, and he had come there to play with his brother. So I told him that I saw you there back, this is 94, donkey's years back. I said I used to play there every day. And you were there, I remember, with your brother once or twice. He said, oh, wow. So we bonded on tennis. And he's a lovely man. It's like, just chatting with him is fun. So yeah, that's the offset.
So if we go back, we rewind all those years ago, like you made your debut in 2003 with Samay.
Correct.
And you did a couple of movies and everything, but I think you went back into the ad world.
I was always in the ad world.
You were always
there. I was constantly, that was the main line of work for me.
Yeah, but you stopped making movies for many years, I think.
From 9 to
2019, I think.
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
So what was, why was that? Why did you take that break?
I didn't purposely take a break. The thing is, my main line of work was doing commercials, ad films. I ran a company for the longest time. And I was really busy in doing that and having fun and also earning a bit of money, if I say so candidly. And so I was never at a place where I had to make a film. I was happy in doing what I was doing. And there was a story which came to me. It was not like, because I'm not, like, one thing is if you're not earning, your film is your main livelihood, then you have to work, right? You have to earn a living. So sometimes you are compelled to do certain things or films or stories which you might not want to do as much. So for me, I was living my life as an ad filmmaker, and the stories didn't come to me till Raw happened to me. The idea came to me in 2016, 17, I started working on that. And again, a decision which came to me because of my want to tell a story. I made that, then it's been a process from there on. I'm getting the work I want to do, and I'm doing that,
But was there any sense of frustration or something like, I'm not able to make another feature film?
Not at all, because like I said, my main line of work was doing commercials, ad films. So I never felt it's been 8 years, 9 years, I'm not on a film, because I was constantly on set. See, I'll tell you, for me, it's absolutely joyous and beautiful to be on set, to direct, to tell a story. And that's true for most directors or technicians. It's the most beautiful place on earth to be on set. And whether I'm telling a 30-seconder or I'm telling a 6-hour story or a 2-hour story, it's fun nonetheless. So you got to be on set. If I say for 9 years I was not on set, I'll go mad. I would have driven myself insane, But I was always on set. Every second week I was shooting a commercial. So I didn't really miss it until I wanted to tell a story, and I was compelled in my head to tell the story. And
And
I
you've
told.
always worked with stars. I mean, you've always, from your very first film, like Sushmita, John,
Right.
Saif.
Right.
So, is it easy to, first of all, get to a star, even like, when you're not from the industry to begin with? I'm saying
Yeah.
right in the beginning.
No, actually, it's not been very tough. Strangely, I would love to give a more deeper answer, but like with Sush, for example, when I pitched Samay to her, I gave her 2 hour narration. She immediately said yes. It didn't take her like even I'll come back to you tomorrow. She said, let's do it. So I've been lucky and honestly, really lucky that whoever I've gone to technically has agreed. Yes, some people, some jobs, I didn't get a yes from some actors, but wherever I got a yes, I got it immediately. Like John, I went to Raw with Raw to him, and same meeting. He just said, he heard it, he says, when do we shoot? What's your plan? Let's do it. So yeah, it's been nice in that sense. The struggle has not been like, I hear stories about actors keeping people on hold or, going through a process. It's not been like that for me, for whatever reason.
So after Raw also, I think you took a bit of a break because there were a couple of years and then you came out
No, there's
with
COVID happened post-Raw, so I think we lost a year and a half to life.
Right.
So post that, I've been constantly, I have had like multiple jobs
Yes.
in terms
So
of
that,
telling.
I was coming to that. Like after that, like you've been very busy either
Yeah.
with like,
Yeah,
a film or a
Yeah,
series. So like, is this what you want to do, or are you still kind of balancing both worlds, ad world?
No, it's a less of a balance. I just shot a commercial, an ad film about 3 weeks back, but it's a lot more of long format because what happens is when you're shooting a Titan story, for example, those 9 months you are so consumed, you cannot do an ad. Like you are like constantly on multiple facets of pre-production, how to make it better. So you're so consumed that you just kind of blank out the rest of the world in that sense, barring your own family, obviously. You go home, so they're there. Otherwise, you just are so consumed, you don't go that direction. So the ad work has been much lesser because I've been so busy shooting long formats. But again, ads are also super fun. Like I just shot something, like I said, about 3 weeks back. So it's being on set is just beautiful.
So would you say like OTT has helped, a lot of actors, technicians, because there's so much work now that you can do.
It has. I have to say that. OTT, what it's done is the fear of Friday is not there. There's a different kind of a fear, but it's not the Friday fear. It's not like, Friday, 9:30, how is your show opened? How many, lakhs, crores? So that is gone, which is a lovely, refreshing change. And also, it allows us to tell stories of different kind. Films, even today, if you look at it, we tend to follow a formula. Generally, I'm saying on an average level. Yes, some films do come out sparingly, which are very different and beautiful. But because the fear of Friday is so strong that people tend to, do the stuff which is ticking the box. Whereas OTT, you're allowed the leverage of telling a Made in India Titan story, which if you look at, if you look at the, on a surface level and look at the thought, it's a story about a man who had a vision and there's no antagonist in the story.
Yeah.
Which is unheard of, right? Technically, always I've heard, and I also believe to a certain degree, yes, that the villain has to be bigger than the hero to make the story work. Sholay was Sholay because of Gabbar Singh, right? And obviously Jay and Viru also, but Gabbar Singh was the monster challenge they faced. So this is a very different telling. There's no villain. Now, that defies the norm. That doesn't tick any box. But OTT allows you to tell the story. And we had a platform which backed us to the hilt, to the T. Where they didn't care about the dynamics of 2 minute ke baad kuch nahi hua, 4 minute ke baad murder nahi hua.
So that happens in movies, you're saying?
That happens more in the OTT world. There are certain biometrics platforms tend to follow. Something has to happen because what has happened today is there's science behind it, which I don't necessarily agree with. The attention span of people is much shorter today, so they want people to get invested quickly. So, which means something dramatic has to happen.
Before the next episode.
Before the next, तो होता ही है. I'm saying in the episode, पहले 3 minute में कुछ होना चाहिए. So, like in this case, for example, nothing. We had an honest story to tell. We had backers backing it, and we had makers who believed in the story along with the backers. So all were in sync. So that element never came in. That's why it's a bit of a change from the standard, if I may, the whatever's coming along of late.
So which one do you like the best? I mean, which kind of format do you like the best?
I like all formats. Yeah. I really, honestly, I don't know which one to pick because, whether it's a 2-hour film or a 6-hour show or a 30-second commercial, they're all beautiful. Yeah. Just that the idea of a longer format is slightly more engulfing. in the sense you start breathing, living that story in your head from day one till your 10th month of shooting.
Must be more taxing also.
No, it's more fun. More taxing, maybe it seems from the outside, but you're so consumed by it. It's an art, right? You're creating art. So creation of art cannot be taxing. If it's taxing for you, then you should not be in this line. The pressures of being on set, handling 200 people, for example, might seem from a non-filmmaker perspective, man, a lot of work, a lot of people, pressure, things going wrong, but that's the fun of it. Any maker would, I feel, echo my statement in that.
So chaos is good.
Chaos is good. Chaos keeps you on your toes. Chaos makes you think harder, find solutions harder, and that's the job of a director. If you really ask me, like I remember Vikas Bahl saying this on stage when he won the film. He said, my father asked me, which is so interesting. He said, my father asked me, "Tum director ho, to tumne kahani likhi hai? Nahi. Tumne shoot kiya? Nahi. Tumne costume kiya? Nahi. Tumne art design kiya? Nahi. To tumne kiya kya hai?" So director doesn't do much, but he does everything. So he just oversee everything and make sure the people are doing the job well. That's really it. But technically, a director is the most, how do I say it, non-technical guy, if you really ask me. Because he's not lighting the frame for you. He's just looking at it and saying, "Ha yaar, maza nahi aaya," or reference deke, let's do it like that, let's follow this. But he's not doing it. Your production designer is getting this beautiful cups and telephones from the 80s and sourcing material and putting it in front of you, and you're liking it or saying, "Nahi yaar, iska color grey rakhte hain, black nahi rakhte hain." So he's just reacting. It's a reactive job. It's an instinctive job. When you see an actor perform, you're not performing, you're just sitting back and saying, instinctively you feel, "Nahi yaar, isme ye kami thi, isme ye acha tha, ye," whatever. So it's all instinct and reaction based. So yeah, that's a...
So coming back to this show, which is your favorite scene or your favorite moment in it?
I think when episode 6, I think when they present the watch to him, to Xerxes, he walks into the room and he says, I asked for the moon from my team and they gave it to me. And Lakshmir, who plays Gaurav, says that one beautiful line. He says, "Duniya ye 8 mahine yaad rakhe na rakhe, hum kabhi nahi bhulenge." And they hug each other. So that was very reflective of the mood of the team. So they were not creating a legacy knowingly. They were creating a beautiful watch. They had a vision and they said, "We're going to make the best watch in the world, one of the best watches in the world." And they went for that. So they never, in their head, wanted to be known. You know what I mean? So it was not a legacy purposely. It was it became a legacy, obviously, as we sit today. But that was a beautiful line. I really like that line. Like, people remember or not, but we won't forget this last 8 months of our life. So that was
I'm sure even you won't forget.
No, I won't. I won't forget the last minutes of my life at all. I promise you that. No, true that.
Okay. So what is the next Made in India?
I mean, WIP, but we'll come up with something as a succession to this. But yeah, but it's been loved so much by the audience, and
so there will be a season 2.
I would think so. Yes, not my place to say it honestly, but yeah, I would think so.
Okay. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thanks
Cheers.
for everything.
Thank you so much.